Hey, what's going on there, everybody? cloudedtruth here, and welcome back to Support Showcase, the series I do on my channel in which I showcase anything and everything support class. From weapons, gadgets, tactics, and strategies, I go over them in a way to help you better understand them, and then ultimately, together, we can become absolute support masters here in Battlefield 4 by helping each other along, teaching, giving each other tips, and just overall having a better understanding of this class. And of course, more heads you put together, more likely the better results you're going to get. So that's why, as always, be sure to leave your tips down below. Anything else you'd like to add to today's video or a future suggestion, by all means, put it down in the comments section and we will definitely either talk about it. If it's a straight tip, we'll learn from it, or perhaps will be featured in a new video. Now for today, I'm finally actually getting away from the guns. I know this is something that I've been meaning to do for a while, but I'm actually going to be talking about Operation Locker. Yeah, I know, Operation Locker, some of you all are not a fan of this map. And if that's the case, hey, that's fine. I ain't got a problem with that if you don't like it. But it's one of the more popular maps here in Battlefield 4, and I want to talk about how to really dominate this map as a support class player and really just do amazing. And it can be a lot of fun if you understand these things. But check out this side counter knife as he stabs me in the neck, and then I pull the knife out of my neck and stab him in the stomach. What? Okay, that was rather strange. So anyway, I figured I'd leave that part in there to show you all because that was just interesting. I don't know if that was a animation glitch where it on the screen, it was basically in a set in terms of where his position was when he started the knife. It thought he was right in front when the reality was he was on the side. Or I don't know what the problem was, but it was just strange because I killed him with a survival knife. I never use it. I always run the Bowie on all my classes, so just thought that was rather interesting. As I said, though, I'm going to be talking about the Operation Locker, the map, in terms of how to really do well with the support class on this map in Battlefield 4, because, as I mentioned before, this is a very, very popular map, and so learning it as a support class player will allow you to do really well, and it can be a lot of fun. Now, the weapon of choice right now is the M249. That will not stay this way throughout the whole video. I actually switch over and run the LSAT, but the 249 is a really good choice on this map. In situations like that where I just kill those three guys, I don't have to worry about reloading. And for if you have like a carbine, assault rifle, anything like that, now granted, a lot of those weapons have pretty fast reload times, and some of those situations could not have been, there's no problem to them, basically is what I'm trying to say in terms of using the assault guns because you had enough time to reload. But it's something where you never want to take that chance. And I don't know if I stole that guy's kill or saved him because he was still alive when I killed the enemy. So, sorry buddy if I stole it from you, but I think I saved your life right there. In this situation, this guy, I knew he was there, mini-map awareness, just understanding that. And I'm trying to get around here to the C flag, and I see a whole bunch of guys over there, and I didn't mean to actually go prone. That was not intentional. I kind of accidentally pressed the prone button, but I'm running back around to try to really figure out where these guys are located. Seeing people fall out of there, and then I realize this guy is here, shoot him, see the other one standing in the doorway, so I would try to stand still when firing, because that's really important with LMGs in Battlefield 4, because your accuracy just gets horrible whenever you strafe. Now, that guy just had a good move, flanked right behind me, was able to take me down. Now here's where an LMG can be nice, and at the same time this is also showcasing the just linear design of Operation Locker. Managed to take that guy down in really just 1-2 bursts. And here's where it's just nice having so much ammo. I can pre-fire a lot of these situations, and this is one thing where if you really do want to rack up kills, this is not encouraged to do this, but if you ever get in kind of a stalemate match on Locker, this is one thing you can do as a support class player, is just kind of hold down the trigger. Not literally because your accuracy just gets horrible, but burst fire down these narrow corridors and you'll probably pick up quite a few kills. Understanding the fact that we are starting to get into a little bit of a stalemate, I whip out the smoke grenades in order to be able to really just kind of confuse the enemies and overall create a very thick environment in terms of it's hard to see. Run in there, take that guy down, check these corridors, making sure no one's coming out of them in order that I should be worried about. Plop down some ammo so I can resupply my teammates and then start capturing this objective. Now here's where I begin to switch over, start with using the LSAT. Now I've not used this weapon very much here in Battlefield 4 and actually did pretty well with it this match. I think I only had like 20 something kills prior to using it this life. But as soon as I spawn in, I actually pick up 2 or 3 kills, something like that right away, and then I'll pick up a lot more kills later on in this video, so be sure to stay tuned. Actually some pretty cool moments with the LSAT. But when using support weapons here on Operation Locker, it's really important to making sure that you're staying aggressive, but not overly aggressive. You'll see a little bit later on there's a situation where I like to kind of credit Kulprit for being the one that really stresses this, and that's the anticipate to dominate type of mentality, where you're approaching each situation, corner, objective with the mentality of what's going to be there, kind of the worst of the worst. And here's a small example of it. I'm waiting for this guy to come out. I know he's coming. Now, I played this very dumb at first. I was waiting for him to completely expose his body. Now that's good if you want to do that for trying to take him out, but it's not very smart. I should have taken the first shot. There I did not run through the little sensor things and have them go off. And here's another thing, I stand still. Run here, stand still. He's not going to be able to hear me. If he's a good player and he's smart, he'll know that I'm coming just due to the sounds. And here's the situation, I ADS as soon as I come around the corner, and it pays off. Those are the type of situations for a support guy you need to do. Your hipfire is not going to be very good. Even with the L set where it has semi-decent hipfire, it's for an LMG. Compared to PDWs, it just doesn't have it. So it's always important to making sure that you're stressing the fact that you're ADS a lot with the support guns. You cannot afford to hipfire using LMGs in Battlefield 4 unless the guy is a foot from you. It's just very difficult to get a lot of kills. And here's where you don't need to be strafing. I start to move just a slight bit, and you can see the accuracy just it gets horrendous. It's really, really bad. And I switch over to the M26 or XM25 bar. Whoa, I'm not playing assault, am I? No, I'm playing support. And I take out the one guy, and then the second one I did not finish off, and I just kind of peek my head a little bit around here. Too much, almost got killed by that grenade, but then I pull a nice flank, and this is where having lots of bullets helps. I managed to take this guy down, run around here, hip fire this guy. I know I can be able to kill him because they're right in front of me. And if you had any kind of assault gun, carbine, that would be very difficult to do in terms of one continuous movement by your player. You would have to stop, reload, or switch to a sidearm. Having an LMG really allows you to benefit from that. Now this match is beginning to kind of get on, I don't know, it looks like it's a little bit one-sided in terms of our ticket count is ahead, a decent margin. I can assure you that will not stay that way. This match absolutely just goes down to the wire. It's a really, really exciting match overall. And of course, whenever you are seeing some enemies over here, if you can, try to just flank them, in essence, flank them in that situation. Just try to get into a position to them where they're not going to see you coming. That guy was so preoccupied with a friendly in front of him that he wouldn't been able to counter me coming from the side. Here's a situation where I play this a little bit better. I go ahead and take the first shot, and right here I was trying to put down my bipod. You're kind of see me go out of sights and go back in. I'm like, can I put down the bipod right here? But it just wouldn't let me, unfortunately. And you always see me throwing out ammo. Ammo's so important on locker. If you want to unlock the RPK-74M, you need to throw out ammo on locker because you will just get a ton of resupplies and unlock it very, very quickly. Now, as you can see, look at the mini-map. Look at what I'm doing. You'll see a lot of teammates pushing ahead. As a support guy, this is what you want to do. Leading the charge is not what you want, and I struggle with this. I really like to just lead the charge. And right here, I'll break myself off by saying I had 31 rounds. LSAT only gives you 100. If I'm going to engage some enemies, I don't want to have 31 rounds. I want to have 100, because generally with support guns, they're going to take more bullets to kill just due to accuracy and the fact that oftentimes it just overall the weapons aren't as good, and so you're going to need more ammunition. 31 is not enough to take on multiple enemies. That's why I reloaded. But as you can see, I'm not jumping on this objective in order to place, basically, I'm not jumping on it so that I'm placed in immediate danger, very close quarters engagements. You don't want that. You want to let your teammates go first. You are the support guy, and this is something that I'm actually really starting to learn in Battlefield 4, and that is playing the support class, not the aggressive class, the support class. But when desperate times call for desperate measures, you flank. And that's what I'm doing right here. I'm getting all the way around to the A flag. I am leading the charge, but you know what? If no one on my team is going to do it, then you do it yourself type of thing. And this is where it's just, you just kind of got to hope for the best in terms of the situations. And thankfully, getting behind cover, giving myself a favorable engagement, managed to take that guy down. This guy almost took me out with the grenade, but this is where having those bullets, look at it. I can basically just burst fire continuously around that pillar. I know he's going to peek around the opposite side of that pillar. That's just what players do. I'm guilty of that too. You need to kind of change that up whenever you play. But he did that, and I continuously burst, even though I'm missing. What I'm doing is basically, if he just peeks a little bit, I'm going to get bullets straight away. And so I don't have to wait for him to actually move around in terms of me visibly seeing him. I know he's going to be there, that's why I shoot. Now, if he'd gone back around the other way, would I have been screwed? Yeah, but I would have been screwed either way, because he would have had the jump on me. I don't know which side he's going to pick. He does. And so if I had just waited for him to pick a side, he probably would have killed me right there. So it's kind of like a goalie when it comes to or soccer or football for the rest of you around the world. When it comes to PKs, whenever they kick it, basically it's like you pick the side type of thing. You pick one side or the other and you just guess. In that situation, I got lucky and picked right. Now, as you can see, the ticket count is starting to, I don't know, it's getting a little bit narrower in terms of the difference between the two. We're still ahead by a decent margin, but the A flag is now coming under address from the enemy team because this is their main spawn. Now I'm going to come back around through here and sit in kind of doorways, give myself a really nice engagement. Standing still when firing, remembering to, taking that guy out pretty easily. Looking around, making sure I'm always checking that mini-map. I understand he's there, and here come the V40 minis. The minis too strong. They're really, really good. And you can see me moving around the pillar when I'm taking shots. I noticed I was taking hits from my left. Well, I say that, but the hit reg in terms of where it tells you is very often Battlefield 4. But I moved around to my right a little bit to try to use the pillar to block the bullets. But unfortunately, I ended up being kind of stupid in terms of how I played that and rushed in with a 26 dart, or XM. Wow, 26 XM. I keep messing that up. But I rushed in there and was kind of an idiot with how I played that out. But here's where I get a nice little clip here with the LSAT in terms of a nice number of kills. Picked up a 3 quick kills right there. Take this guy out. Try to burst as much as you can. Run down here. ADS real quick. Take that gentleman down. And then here, this guy just this unlucky in the spawn. That's just unfortunate for that that enemy right there just spawning in on his teammate. I managed to take them both down. Now here comes the last clip at the end, and as you can see, the ticket margin is very, very close. We're jumping on the alpha flag, and you're gonna notice there's no sound in this part. That's just because the game had a weird bug in terms of the sound. Everything went out except for the player character sounds in terms of what you actually say, the orders in terms of, we have lost objectives, whatever this and that, and then a few random kind of, I don't know, it's like static noises that was coming through. So I went ahead and muted most of the sound here. I do apologize for that because it's better this way than listening to it's just pop, pop, pop. It's really, really irritating. So, but we managed to capture objective alpha, but the enemy team is really doing a good job in terms of trying to track us down and where the objectives we are, or the objectives we have. They're trying to really make it back to C and push back to B. And I know that they're spawning back at their deployment and rushing alpha, but at this point we have to leave alpha because with the ticket margin basically so slim in terms of how the difference and the amount of time we have left, we can't afford to sit there and defend A. We have to just trust the few guys that are there are just going to be able to keep them away long enough to where we can get over neutralize C and cap it really, really fast. And this is a situation where it's like there could have been an enemy down there and I didn't know it. You just gotta run. Sometimes you just gotta run. But in many situations, it's always better, as Kulprit says, is just ADS when you come around there. And here's just a situation where I'm capping the flag and I am gonna lock down this corridor. No one is getting through. As you can see on the HUD, they are capping A and they just took the lead in terms of tickets. We're capping C, but we are not capping it fast enough. Alpha just got neutralized. 2-1 in terms of tickets. Standing still, look at how I can kill that guy very, very quickly, bursting with the LSAT. With a lot of LMGs in Battlefield 4, it's 4 to 10 shot bursts, but I'd recommend sometimes sticking that to 2 to 5. I did 4 to 10 kind of at first, and I still recommend that for the most part, because it's easier for players to kind of do longer, kind of shoot in terms of just, because the recoil amounts aren't felt nearly as much. Now, the weapons don't have quite as much recoil here in this game as they do in Battlefield 3, but overall 4 to 10 kind of lets the recoil settle down. 2 to 5 is a little bit harder to do, just because the recoil amounts are, you feel it in terms of the levels at a much higher degree in terms of how often, but it really makes for a much accurate shot. And as you can see, we just barely lost this game on Operation Locker. But remember guys, when playing support on Operation Locker, it's really important to stay behind your teammates in terms of the objectives you attack. Don't be the first guy to rush in there, and always basically throw down ammo and anticipate every single corner, every single situation with the mindset of there's going to be an enemy. And hopefully you'll be able to do very well with the support class on Operation Locker. Take care guys, and I will see you all next time.